Welcome to Discussions with your favorite writer friend, right here at Black Video News in San Antonio, Texas. Today, my guest is going to be someone who has a lot of great experience in filmmaking, Miss Ada Babino. And what she is doing is putting together the San Antonio Film Festival in October. And so I've asked her to come in here and talk with you all about the festival that's coming up. But let me tell you just a little bit about Ms. Babino before we get started. She's a graduate of Sam Houston High School. Yay! She did her bachelor's degree in film at Howard University and her master's at American University in Washington, D.C. And I know she's been very active in Washington for many years, and I think she's come home now.
Yep.
And welcome home. You're a welcome addition to what we're trying to do culturally in San Antonio. And I think what you're doing is outstanding.
Thank you.
And so would you just tell our audience how you're putting how did you get the idea to do the festival and why San Antonio and all that good stuff?
Okay. Well, I'm a native of San Antonio, so that's why. But the festival came about, it's a team effort. It's a group of like-minded entrepreneurs, filmmakers, film lovers that came together at the Carver last fall. And, you know, I brought the idea to them, said, hey, I want to do this. And so everybody was like on board. So what we did was we launched at the Carver Library, we launched just a local showcase of filmmakers.
That was last year?
That was February this year.
February
Black History 23rd this year. So we launched just, you know, this is SABIF. We have local filmmakers. We showed our films, had programs all day at the Carver, and that was a huge success. Folks came out, different demographics, different ages. It was a great showing. We had panel discussions along with the film screening. So it went really well. So the plan was to launch in February and then October have a full-on Black International Film Festival, which we call SABIF, S-A-B-I-F-F. And at that festival, we bring in international films to the mix. So what we did is we presented this on filmfreeway.com. So that's like a platform for filmmakers to submit their works.
It's called
on filmfreeway.com. So we put out an open call for filmmakers, and filmmakers from all over the world, you know, answer that call, and they submit their films to our festival. Wow. From there, we get judges that look at the films and rate the films, and then from there, we pick the films that are going to be in competition for our festival. So from February to end of July, we've garnered, it was 55 submissions. From different countries. They were from, we got Haiti, we got Canada, we got Iran, and most of them were from US, but we got a pretty good mixture. And those films, like I said, the ones that were picked will be in competition at the Buena Vista Theater at UTSA's downtown campus on the 12th of October. So we're bringing you 4 days of events. It's a lot because every day we were able to partner with venues such as the Carver Community Cultural Center, the Carver Library, Institute of Texas Culture, Artisan River Theater, Charity Bar. So all these folks came in and said, yeah, we'd love to partner with you. Dream Voice was another one.
What is Dream? Can you explain
Dream Voice? That is a nonprofit for Dream Week that put on the Martin Luther King March here in San Antonio. They put on 2 weeks of celebrations.
Is it 2 weeks now?
Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2 weeks.
Really? That's Joe.
Yeah.
He does it.
With the Mighty Group. Yeah. So everybody took a day, and is allowing us either the space or putting together receptions. So we can talk about the lineup of the festival if you like and what's going on.
Yeah, but before we do that, this is an international Black film festival, but you have films from all over the world. Are they all Black oriented, or?
Yeah,
they are. From Iran, you're getting Black oriented films.
Yeah, that was one of the criteria. It's a Black film festival, so either someone who wrote it, produced it, directed, starred in it, or have an intended audience. I mean, that pretty much makes up what you call Black film.
That's interesting.
What's so interesting about it? we don't say white film, but we always have to clarify and add things to move forward our causes.
Well, the fact that a filmmaker in Iran is doing a black-oriented.
We have filmmakers throughout the diaspora. We're talking about diaspora filmmakers. So Iran falls into that whole.
You're putting Iran in the diaspora?
Yes, we
really.
Are. Really? Yes.
Yes.
The Middle East was split up. That was part of Africa at one time. Was split up. But we're not going to get into the history.
No, we won't.
But yeah, that was part of the Middle East. If you think about it.
Okay, I just want to clarify that. So, these are all films with a black theme.
Afrocentric, black diaspora. I mean, however you want to define it, but yeah, that's what we were getting into. And we thought it was important to open it up on an international basis and deal with, every when you talk about black, you can't really just define black. You can't really just define it. There's many different voices and many different images that come along with when you put it in film, context of film. So we wanted a large spectrum of different voices, different images that are projected from the international community. So that's what we were able to do.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the lineup.
Okay.
And can we start with because that's really, I'm really impressed with your kickoff and the gentleman that you're bringing here.
Thank you. So what we were able to do is over the course of 4 days, we change venues every day and we have different events going on. So with every film festival, you have an opening night. You have an opening night film that premieres in San Antonio. So we were fortunate enough to get Charles Murray. He is a veteran writer in the industry in Hollywood. That over the past 20 years, he's written. Everybody knows Luke Cage, I hope. He's written on Luke Cage. He's written on, I know he did the Roots miniseries. He did.
He was a writer on the Roots.
Yeah, one of the writers on the Roots miniseries, and he's done quite a number of films. So, in addition to writing for Hollywood, where he gets his bread and butter, he also makes films on the side. One of them is Things Not Said, which premiered. I think it had a really good premiere. It was I want to say 15 film or 217 that came out with the brother from Power. I can't think of his name. Omar from Power, but he was in it, and I believe it played on Netflix. So he's done that. He has a new film out called #Truth, and very interesting film that deals with this journalist who kind of has a bad rep for some things that he's did on his personal life, but his cousin, his best friend cousin, they're really close. She came to him with a problem about said she was having, because she had an affair with a minister, and so what happened was her boyfriend got wind of it and he posted on social media. So she gets all this negativity and everybody knows her business. So as a result of that, she ends up committing suicide. And her cousin, who she confided in, ends up going after the people that have harmed her in a very strategic way. The minister kind of exposes him, and so there's a lot of intermixing with what happens, but it all deals with around truth. So it's a very good film. We are premiering that with the red carpet reception hosted by Dream Voice, and that's going to be at the Carver Community Cultural Center on October 10th. Okay. From 6:30 to 10:30.
And how do people get tickets?
So everything is posted online on our website, which is San Antonio Black International Film Festival, or our acronym, which is SABIFF, SABIFF.com. Okay. And it's also on Universe.com, which is the platform for Ticketmaster. It's one of Ticketmaster's ticketing platforms. So all tickets can be obtained there. So that's the opening night on the 10th. On the 11th, we have the full museum at the Institute of Texas Culture, which is wonderful. They are opening their doors up and allowing us to come in and organize the festival there for one day. We have workshops and panels on the top floor featuring international renowned filmmaker Haile Garima, who's teaching a panel, just a master class actually. We have Michael Jackson.
Wait. A master class?
A master class, like Oprah's master classes.
What is that?
A master class. He's teaching a master class on cinema at the ITC.
So he's a master.
He's a master filmmaker. He's been doing film for the past 60 years. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's been a professor at Howard University for the past 40 years. So yeah, he was part of the LA Rebellion movement for UCLA.
Okay.
The LA Rebellion filmmakers of the 1976
60s.
era.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he's a master of what he does. He's an independent filmmaker, like I said, for over 50 years.
No, he's going to teach a class on
master class. He's doing a master class. His master class is on cinema, deals with creating your films, the imagery and the editing and all that. He's just kind of how you put together
a film,
making independent films. Yeah.
How long is the class going to be?
The class is 2.5 hours on that day. And that's going to be upstairs. And then Michael Jackson, who has Idle Time Cinema's local base, born and bred here, he's doing a master class on the film action plan. Same thing, independent films. So that goes on upstairs. And then,
what is that? I want my viewers to be able to follow.
This. Well, I think the best thing is to go online and read the descriptions of everything, because we do have everything just kind of written out about in each individual workshop, what you'll get, what's entailed. Lunch is provided on the workshops. So that all is on the upper level. And then on the theater in the round, which is the whole makeup of the main level of the museum, we have cinema in the round. We're playing short films around the theme overcoming isms, bad hair, and other social constructs. So we've programmed short films that deal with things like racism, sexism, classism, short films. And then after each short film session, we'll have talk back. So we'll have someone that leads a discussion about the isms, the films you see. Bad hair, we'll have films that show around hair and image and beauty in the Black community, which is a subject that never dies, that's always continues generationally. So we have talk back after those films. I'm showing one of my films there, Middle Passage in Roots. That's going to be showing along with some other films curated.
Middle Passage in Roots. In the movie Roots?
Middle Passage in Roots. Middle Passage in Roots. Like the hair goes through a transformation of the roots.
Oh,
so that's the name of my film, but that deals with that.
Passage.
No, it's a it deals with the hair being transformed from its curly origins, natural origins, to its straight origins. So, got to see the film for it.
So you did a film on that?
Yeah, I did a film called Middle Passage in Roots. Yeah,
okay.
It's a short docudrama. So that's going to be playing along with some other films that deal with hair. We'll have an expert talk about hair and impacts in the Black community. They just passed an ordinance in New York and California about you can't discriminate against hair in the job place. So those type of issues around hair constantly, generationally impact not only Black women, but Black people. Wearing dreads on the job, wearing, locks. So that is something that's constant. So we're going to be dealing with that. Other social constructs can deal with anything, can deal with health, can deal with Black on Black crime, can deal with police brutality in the Black community. So
how about Black on Black brutality? Yeah,
we have, well, depending on the film that's programmed during that time, but we do have 7 hours of that during the course that goes through the whole day. Talkbacks, short films. In addition to that, and then after social constructs, we're going to go to Afrofuturism, which is films that are sci-fi oriented, Afrocentric sci-fi films. Mm-hmm. And we have Floyd Rebb out of Chicago, who runs the Black Star Cinema, who's coming down and running that. He curates that. He's going to be a special guest with that. So that's going on the main level. And then in the bottom level, we have a lot of good treats. We have different panel discussions going on throughout the day.
What is your theme again?
Overcoming isms, bad hair, and other social constructs, other issues that impact the Black community. So we're going to delve into that.
Okay, let's get back into. We'll get into that deeper when we come back from our break. Okay,
that is fine. Thank you.
We'll be right back with our guest Ada Babino, who is the founder, creator, and the producer of the San Antonio
Black International Film Festival. Yes.
Okay, say it again.
San Antonio Black International Film Festival.
Okay, thank you. We'll be right back.
1, 6, or a dozen trees. No job is too big or too small. Booker's Tree Services is a certified arborist and state licensed company. On the ground or in the air, We are here to take care of all your tree needs, from stump grinding, tree pruning, tree trimming, tree removal, and much more. Call the professionals to help manage your commercial or residential needs. Don't let your trees make you nervous. Call for a free estimate today at Booker Tree Service, 210-657-8085.
40% of food in America is never eaten.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Hello, I'm Tony Hendricks, Chief Operating Officer at Lewis Funeral Home. Lewis Funeral Home has been serving San Antonio and surrounding areas for over 100 years. Lewis Funeral Home's ultimate goal is to help those families in their time of need. If your family is ever in need, please feel free to call us at Lewis Funeral Home, 210-227-7281, or check us out on our website at lewisfuneralhome.com.
Retire like a champ, just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew.
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew.
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door. Sorry about that. You just did the same. Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Nothing to do this week? Don't miss another event. Go to blacksinsanantonio.com for our event calendar. The home of the largest business directory in San Antonio with an African American focus. Sign up today for our weekly e-blast and text message alerts. Help us make this a better community. Connect, empower, grow.
Welcome back to Discussions with the Writer Fred, right here at Black Video News. And I'm with my guest, Miss Ada Babino, who is founder, producer, and putting together the San Antonio International Black Film Festival. And so let's continue talking about you were talking about the panels?
The Institute of Texas Culture. Well, the Institute of Texas Culture, UTSA Institute of Texas Culture, we talked about the first two levels because there's three levels. There's also a black quilting exhibit that's going on, so you have access to the museum, and Fashion Week, they're having black fashion exhibit.
Quilting is historical, isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And there's a sister here, the Quilting Circle. They did a beautiful quilt on film. They documented black film in San Antonio and did a nice quilt. So that's going to be on display as well. And then going down in the basement, we have panel levels discussions going on. The UTSA. They call it the Education and Human Department of African Studies, which that name may be changing. I don't know.
That name is now, what is it? Ethnic, black, women's.
So they mix everything.
Mix it all together. Studies.
Yeah, that department.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that department just
absolutely
just
ridiculous.
So the head of that, Carla Bardis, is going to be moderating a panel that they put together called. African American Cinematic History Steeped with Hidden Figures. So they are a group of professors there, African American professors, are going to be doing a panel discussion on that, steeped hidden figures in cinematic history. We had the actual film Hidden Figures that came about, but there's many, many more stories like that. And the stories that we do get oftentimes are the portrayal of folks in a lot of historical figures that are brought to the screen have creative license to be changed to whatever. You look at a lot of things that have come out of different films. So that's one of the films. And then Think Acting Abroad is going to be a forum for underdeveloped actors who consider alternatives when the U.S. is not enough. So that was kind of a play on Color Girl's title. But that's going to be hosted by Michaela Gibson, who's an award-winning actress. She's also she's starring on a regular series now that's on television. And then we have Michael Maponga. He's the founder of Afroland TV, and he's also an actor who works a lot internationally. And then Angela Bennett is a talent agent in Austin. So all of them are going to be on that panel, giving actors a 411 on acting, alternatives, resources that move them beyond just the traditional, acting roles that they go after. So they're on that one, and then they have Culture Return on Investment. That's going to be moderated and run by Dr. Gerald Horn, who is out of the University of Houston. Amazing scholar. He's written about 30 plus books. He's written a book on Hollywood, he's written books on Paul Robeson. So he's going to be moderating that panel, as well as we'll have Haile Garima, Shirikiana Garima, two filmmakers, and John Henry, who's an actor.
On that panel?
Yeah.
So
what that's a full day.
That's called, what's that panel?
Culture or Return on Investment. How investing in culture, investing in non-traditional acting roles, investing in stories that deal with people of color, how that is a return on the money that they put into the films. If you look at Black Panther and a lot of other films that have made, black films that have gotten minimal budgets to be made, but they, score very heavy at the box office.
Oh, okay.
So just how the importance of culture is, and how it's profitable.
Well, is it a fact that it's now becoming important, or has it always been important?
I mean, Hollywood goes, if you're talking about Hollywood goes up and down with this. You're looking now in terms of a peak, and then there was a peak when Spike Lee, after She's Gotta Have It, there was a peak. And so it goes up and down with that. I mean, you have directors and people in position of power like Ava DuVernay, who's making a difference, making sure that the films that she does, the actors that she puts in place, the stories that she chooses to accept, deal with culture, with her, pushing that forward. Queen Sugar, 13th, all the things that she have done have very good impact, and financially they've been profitable.
Oprah did Queen Sugar, didn't she?
Well, she has a role in it, but Ava is the one that said, okay, so only black women will direct Queen Sugar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so she has a say in what, and she brought that to Oprah. She brought that to her station. So Oprah approved it, maybe executive producer, but she's the one that's also putting everything forward in terms of decision making and things like that.
Okay.
So that's the Institute of Texas Culture.
Uh-huh.
And then the next day we moved to, and then after that we are having a mixer wind down at the Charity Bar, which is right next to the Institute of Texas Culture by the Alamo Dome. It's a very cool space. We're going to have that. A mixer with music and happy hour, and Andre Vocab Saunders is going to be moderating and hosting that for us. So we're excited about that. Yeah, so it's going to be a full day Friday, and then we move to a full day Saturday with all the films that were submitted and made competition are going to be screening. So we have a full lineup of films at the Institute of Texas Culture. Take that back. We have a full day of film at Buena Vista Theater at UTSA campus downtown.
Yeah.
We have 2 screens that are side to side. They're going to have film showing all day on both screens. And you can get those tickets on universe.com or on saybiff.com.
And how many films are there?
There's a total of 33 films.
Whoa.
Yeah, that we've programmed throughout the day, Forward Progress and put together with us. We've programmed that throughout the day. And so like Film Festival, you watch films. So that is going to be nice. In the evening, it's kind of a wind down mixers with vendors and food trucks at the Arneson River Theater. So we're going to have cinema under the stars and like a big drive-in.
Drive-in theater.
Yeah. So that's going to be nice, and that's going to be a closing short film showcase of Pan-African films, and that's curated and produced by Afroland TV. So they are bringing us these short films to show from Uganda, Zambia, France, UK, and US. There's 5 short films. So
France?
The black filmmakers in France, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got black folks in France making films. So so those are the lineup, and then we'll have we'll kind of end everything on Sunday the 13th with a awards brunch. So the filmmakers that were in competition, there'll be filmmakers picked for best feature-length film, best documentary. So those will win awards on Sunday at the UTSA La Vita Conference Center room. So, yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. We're excited.
I can see.
Excited to bring this to San Antonio. I don't believe there's been one of this stature presented here, and we hope to have longevity moving forward.
Absolutely.
Do this annually, yeah.
Have you had great cooperation, like from the San Antonio Film Commission?
Well, the Film Commission, I've been in touch with the Film Commission. They offer a grant for film festivals, but their grant, you have to have something in place 3 years. So we wouldn't be able to apply for a grant for funding until the 3rd year of the festival. So there's not other than advertising, promotion, helping us with that. There's not a lot coming in from that.
them.
And yeah.
Okay. Did you get good support from major sponsors?
Not major, but we have what we're doing is asking. We have a program book that we're doing ads from, but we didn't get major sponsors. I think this year, because of the quick turnaround from February, our launch to now, there was just a lot to do. So we are looking for sponsorships in the future. What we primarily got to move forward with this is having the partnerships in place that allowed us to have venues and to put on the receptions and the mixers, and so that has been a tremendous help in order moving forward, locking in those type of relationships.
Great.
But yeah, we want to grow and get sponsorships. But yeah, I look at the film festival that was just here, Cinefest, and their sponsorship is they have the Guadalupe Theater. They have at some point it's like it would be great to have a theater on the east side, where we can actually show films in a theater like the Guadalupe Theater. So, those are visions that we hope to come to fruition in the future. But right now we are building. These are the stepping stones.
So this is just the beginning.
This is the inaugural film festival. We really hope to reach a large sector of the San Antonio community, because a lot of times people are very closed-minded in the type of movies they watch or they come see. If it doesn't have the big Hollywood promotions and advertisement, people do not come out and support. And also, we as Black folks, we see film every day. We see magazines every day that aren't inclusive of us, unless you have someone that comes forward and does an Ebony or does a Jet or does a Black Book or does, we have to have those alternatives, because so often we go to movies and we don't see our images, we don't see our stories, we don't see the diverse range of Blackness. You know, like you said, Iran, Iraq. Yeah, they're dealing with some of the same issues we're dealing with here. You're talking about, diaspora people from the diaspora. We have same issues. We have a lot of the same common initial, histories. Right. Yeah. So it's important that things like this are supported, and people have an open mind to cross over and see and learn and educate themselves beyond what they're given by the Hollywood films. Yeah.
Have you reached out to other cities to participate, like Austin?
Yeah, Austin. This is not just San Antonio wide, it's international. Yeah. So our reach is international. Some filmmakers are coming in from, different places. Right now we're doing a lot of local media, but we also are open to send it internationally. Also, what I failed to do is, because so these events that I talked about are charged, but there's going to be free events going on all day at the Carver Library.
Right.
So we do have an in-community library, films that are being sponsored, curated by Black Public Media, so out of New York. So they've partnered with Black Public Media. They're going to be presenting Afropop, which are short films by filmmakers, again, throughout the diaspora. And representing that, and then we have husband-wife team out of Las Vegas that's coming in to teach DG Roots, learning how to document and produce your history in film.
Wow. Okay.
So
is that at the Carver?
The Carver Library. Maxie Collier and Shatar Collier. Maxie did. They have a couple of channels, Roku channels, Black Reflections Television, and they have a documentary and television channel. So they're going to be coming in. That's going to be a treat for the in-community at the Carver with food trucks and all that as well. So we have things going on simultaneously on the 11th and the 12th. Yeah.
And you close out on the 13th.
Close out. Okay. Yep. Close out and start planning for next year.
Start planning. Yeah. What is it that a person can expect to get by attending?
I think a broader perspective of stories, of narratives of stories that are told in different voices, by different filmmakers. I have the luxury of being able to travel to different cities and see different cultures. And a lot of people don't leave their city, don't leave their state. So to learn about life, another way to do it if you don't have the means to travel is to learn through film. Right. Film told through voices of people that look like you. And so we have a large range of films. And I noticed that a lot of the entries this year dealt with the whole police brutality thing there's been a lot of those films that were submitted. So we have films that we have different genres. We have dramas, we have documentaries, we have horror films that were submitted, sci-fi-ish type of films submitted.
How about gay films?
There were not. Well, it's not gay films. So storyline.
Storyline.
Storyline. I'm trying to remember through my head, through the submissions. There wasn't any specific films that dealt with homosexuality submitted in this particular festival. Yeah.
But they would be welcome.
Of course. Okay. We don't. We're just Black international film. They've told from many genres, many different stories. Yeah, it's not. There's not an exclusion on that. Okay. That's crazy. That there would be a question. Okay. No, that's crazy. We're wide open. And there's a lot of films out there that I've seen dealing with the subject matter that are very nice perspectives that that draw you in. A good movie draws you in. A good film draws you in. Yeah. Whether it's a documentary or a drama. A lot of us, a lot of the ones that were selected drew us in. There was something about them that allowed us to the judges to pick those for competition. So I think people will get just a wide, diverse, multicultural, the word of the day, range of films that they can learn from, grow from. I mean, like I take my hair film. I've never showed it in front of a white audience. I showed it in front of a white audience at a fundraiser at a church here in San Antonio, and they learned about black hair, and so you learn about different cultures, different people, different voices, different stories, and that's very, very important.
Okay. Closing out, what would you like to leave our viewers with? The message.
I think that the biggest thing is, although this is a Black International Film Festival, it's open to everyone, every culture, every demographic to come see and support. I think that it's a very exciting festival, exciting time, and we have a very, very wide range of films to see from different parts of the country and the world, and I think you'll be there for a treat. The events that we have in terms of the festivities that go on at the mixers and the happy hours and at the Carver ITCs, it's going to be a really fun time. So
and how can our viewers get tickets?
So you can get tickets or just learn more about what's going on. We talked a lot about the activities. So just to see for yourself the rundown, you can go to San Antonio Black International Film Festival on Facebook, or sabif.com, or San Antonio Black International Film Festival.com, or you can purchase tickets at universe.com as well. So all of that information is laid out on those sites, and we hope you come out.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And sharing this with my audience. Okay?
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
Absolutely. And this is a beautiful lady who does excellent work. So I think I could say, without even worrying about it, it's going to be an excellent presentation. So come out October 11th?
October the 10th through the 13th.
Okay?
Yeah, mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars. This is Fred Williams, discussion with the writer Fred, telling our story our way as usual.